back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking with me. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, and do well to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell down below. I have been pretty busy with schoolwork, and trust me, it is not easy. Today I'm going to share with you list of schools that accept HND, either with your ND and your HND transcripts combined, or with your West evaluated transcripts. You can pause this video and take a screenshot of these schools. Also, I'm going to walk with you how you are going to draft a good statement of purpose for your graduate school application. Now, before we proceed, I want to put out a disclaimer. I didn't apply to all of these schools, but I made personal research on all these schools. And remember, when I was sending out inquiry emails to most of these schools, I was sending out these inquiry emails as a communication studies scholar. So it might pay you well that before you start your application or even submit your application, send an inquiry email to these schools. You are supposed to send an inquiry email to the graduate school of each school, and then also CC your program coordinator, because most of the time graduate admission requirements differ from departmental requirements. So this way you are on the safe side. Now, these are the list of schools that accepts HND for master's degree or PhD program. I flipped these images because I took the screenshot on my phone and it was not on landscape, so I had to flip them to fit the resolution of this video. Now, going on forward, I am going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to draft a good statement of purpose for your graduate school application. Before we start, I want to make something very clear. The statement of purpose does not have a one-fit-all approach. I mean, many people have used different approach as a novice, amateur, different style, different fields, different style, and they pretty much get admission and scholarship. And also understand that different departments, different programs require different formats of SOP. So an SOP that I use for communication studies might not be the best format of SOP for an engineering student. So before we move on, keep all of these things in mind. Now let's go on to the SOP program. So while writing your SOP, like I always maintained, your SOP is the face of your application. Imagine that you apply for a job interview and you were called for an interview. You could speak on that table about your qualifications. In fact, if there is any type of weakness at any point while you are studying, you could be able to address this thing presently. Most of the time, your SOP is you. Your SOP speaks for you in your absence. So you must learn how to write it well to be able to stand out among a pool of overqualified applicants. First of all, there is this style of writing that we usually use in journalism. That is unusualness. The human mind is often captured by unusuality. I mean, what is not normal. So this way, I usually advise people that in writing your statement of purpose, you have to start with the problem statement. Problem statement is usually what is amiss in your field. What do you intend to do? This usually captures the interest of whoever is reading your SOP to want to say, I want to take a look at this. So when you start with a problem statement, you're basically telling the reader straight to the point. This is what I want to find out. This is why I'm applying to your program. This is how I intend to do it. For example, in my own statement of purpose, my concentration was in political communication, particularly women representation in political and leadership positions. So before I started, I had to draw the attention of the reader to the fact that there has been an increase in women participation in politics in every other part of the world. What then is wrong with Nigerian women? In that same paragraph, I hypothesized some problems that I think might be leading to this, which may come from patriarchal systems, education, or even women themselves who lack political will to participate in this. I singled out media representation of women candidacy in politics. And then on that paragraph, I had to identify that this problem is why I want to enroll in so graduate program, because after this program, I'll be equipped with skills to be involved in research, teaching and outreach that will not just raise media awareness for women candidacy, but also will be involved in outreach that stimulates the cognitive capacity of women to be able to see themselves as qualified enough to participate in political positions or leadership positions. Whoever is reading this paragraph also understand that I have a clear purpose of what I want to do, what I want to study, how I want to do it, and this is why I'm choosing this school. I would also add that a school is offering your course does not mean they might have your concentration. If I'm studying communication studies with a concentration in political communication, not every school have that concentration. So before you even start that application, go to the school website that offers your program. Check for your department or your program. Check for the concentration that you are interested in. Because most of the time, your admission might be delayed or it might be rejected if the school or department does not offer your concentration. Now let's go to the second paragraph. The second paragraph states how prepared you are for the graduate school. Now this preparation might come from your undergraduate studies. It might also come from your work experience. It might also come from your thesis if you have done a thesis, which I believe that every Nigerian graduate or every African graduate must have undergone a research thesis in there before they graduate. So how prepared are you? What courses have you taken that has prepared you towards this graduate school? If you have taken courses online, MOOC courses on Coursera, DataCamp, or this is a paragraph that allows you to talk about this. What has prepared you? What has changed? How has your classroom experience and field experience prepared you for graduate school? For me, I talked about how my interest in political communication was piqued by a course in political communication. I noticed a gap by studying this course, and then I picked interest. You can even talk about your interest and how you got interested in this thing in your first paragraph. There is no one size fit all method. So in this paragraph, in detail, analyze how your classroom experience has prepared you for graduate school. Analyze your work experience, your field experience, and how they are related to what you want to go and study. Most of the time, after classroom experience, your field experience allows you to see a gap in your field that even want to prompt you to go for advanced degrees. This is no-brainer. This paragraph allows you to flex your muscle, talk all about it, your achievements, everything that you've achieved inside and outside of the classroom, your high CGPA, your awards, everything that you have achieved. Say all of them in this paragraph. And it is fine if you have a low CGPA or if you don't have much publication to boast about. It is perfectly fine. What matters is what have you done to fill in these gaps that you had. If you have a low CGPA, talk about it and how you are filling this gap over the years. If you don't have a low GPA, flex your muscle. Talk about your awards. These programs allow you to boost, sell yourself to them. So now in the next paragraph, you talk about your research interest and how it aligns with a faculty in the department. You are not expected to draft different SOPs for different schools. So sometimes your concentration or your research interest might not fit perfectly into what the department has to offer. For example, I am studying political communication. I have an interest in political communication, but my department offers rhetoric or rhetorical studies. So under rhetorical studies, there are some faculty who might have interest in women representation or women in leadership position. This also fit in. So go ahead and discuss how this particular area of interest fits maybe a particular professor in the department. When you do this, it's easy for them to assign this person as your supervisor, even if they are funding you as a TA. Another thing that should be contained in this paragraph is how to synchronize your undergraduate thesis and what you want to do. For example, I did 2 undergraduate theses. One was on media effects and the other one was on politics and democratization. I mean, sometimes they might not match. It is not a crime to seek new field. Even if they don't match, you can skip it entirely and go on to what you really want. But for me, I did too. I picked the one that really aligned with what I wanted to do. So I had to find a way to link what I have done to what I want to do. It shows that you have unity of purpose. It shows that you have vision. You have a track record of what you have done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. In this paragraph, by mentioning a faculty member in your SOP, this paragraph also allows you to state how this school and department would help you achieve your goals. Why are you picking this school? Is it because the research or faculty members are highly placed or ranked? Is it because of the alumni networking? Is it because of state-of-the-art facilities that will aid your learning, or is it because of the curriculum? Most of the time, people stick to curriculum. I stated all of these 3 reasons, and even more. You can do more on your own. The last paragraph, the 4th paragraph, is where you have to discuss your short-term and your long-term goals. It is basically telling them, after this, what next for me? Trust me, most schools make admission decision not just because they want to just give scholarship. They make admission decision on the best candidates, on the best applicants, because these perceived best applicants make a good alumni. And now, why make it a notable alumni? It is increasing the profile of the school, believe it or not. So yeah, you discuss your long-term goal. Do you want to be a researcher? Do you want to go into the field? Do you want to lecture college students? Whatever you want to do, talk about it here. Talk about your long-term goal. Do you want to be with the United Nations? Do you want to work with WHO? Do you want to work with African Union? Do you want to work with whatever? Talk about this long-term goal, how the school will help you to achieve this. Remember that graduate school is a two-way process. How are you benefiting them, and how are they benefiting from you? This paragraph also allows you to say why you are the best candidates. What do you have to offer to them? What do they stand to gain? It's a two-way process. They are gaining from you, and you're also gaining from them. What are you bringing to the table? And at the end of the day, I hope that you make more research. While writing an SOP, some schools have words limits. Some schools will tell you 1,500 words. Some schools tell you 1,000 words. Some schools will tell you 500 words. Like my professor will say, anybody can write a character minimum, but not everybody can write a character maximum essay. Now, for them capping you to a 1,000 limit, it means it actually tells them how you're able to bring all of your thoughts and fit it into 1,000 words. And like I said to people, this is your story. You find it very easy to write, but you're overwhelmed by how to even begin. Just like I've discussed, if you know what should be contained in each paragraph, maybe divide it by maybe 4 to 5 paragraphs. Write each paragraph separately. If you are writing a problem statement, write it problem statement on a different notes, different paragraph. Do not think about any other paragraph. The second paragraph, how prepared are you? Write it separately. The third paragraph, your research interest, write it separately. Your fourth paragraph, your long-term goal, write it separately. And then, slow but steady, you can combine all of these paragraphs, proofread them, correct your grammars, remove repetitive words, and you're going to come out with a very good SOP. You can do it. I believe in you. Trust me, if I could do this, you too can. I can't wait to celebrate you. Remember that guides to SOP is not a one-fit-all method. Remember to make research. What does this school want you to do? Most of the time they put these guidelines or even tell you what they want to be contained in your SOP. I wish you success in your graduate school ahead. Have a nice day and stay tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell down below so that whenever I post a video, you'll be notified. YouTube subscription is free if you don't know, so it costs nothing to subscribe. Bye and have a nice day. By the way, I made my hair myself. So flex.